Good morning, challengers. Welcome to Foodie Friday. Today we are going to talk about planning your menu and writing your grocery list for the week. So I've done this so many times. I keep them on a hook on my fridge. That's a lot. How I plan my menus each week, historically speaking, I plan out my dinners for the week. Let me just get to one. There's so many to choose from. So for example, and I'll share a couple of these in the files section of our group so that if you don't have a starting point, you will now. So I just write my dinners throughout the week. A couple of them, chili with sweet potatoes, crock pot minestrone, pad thai. Oh my gosh, I love that stuff. And then as I'm looking through those recipes, whether they are online or if they are in a cookbook, pause, I'm gonna grab some cookbooks. These are a couple of my absolutely favorite cookbooks. I highly recommend them. Her name is Melissa Jolwan. First of all, they're hilarious. She's hilarious, she's awesome. And she talks about doing a weekly cook-up, like to prep everything. Not everything, but to give yourself a huge head start on prepping, like before you actually start. So like today, this weekend. So the first step in that is just to make your menu. So as I'm making my menu and looking through my cookbooks, I then start a grocery list. Your grocery list is going to be different than mine because I don't know what you already have stocked in your kitchen. I know what I already have stocked in mine. But when I make the grocery lists to share with this group, I will assume that you have nothing in your kitchen. And then you can just cross off what you already have. When I made my menu for 21 Day Fix Extreme, I did it a little differently because I knew, hi Trillian, because Fix Extreme and 21 Day Fix give you certain amounts of food groups to eat every day. So I know that I needed to have 3 servings of vegetables, no fruit, 6 proteins. This is the toughest part for me. 1 starch, no blues or oranges for that day, and then 3 teaspoons. I'm doing the countdown to competition plan. That's what the CC means. So it's 2 days countdown for competition, and then 1 day of the extreme eating plan. And I think it's backwards on the screen. Anyway, so I went through, I printed off this template that I made, and I plugged in, like, okay, how am I going to eat 6 proteins in 1 day? That's a lot of protein for me. I'm used to eating about 3 to 4 servings. So I just plugged things in as I went. And then from there, again, I'll have like a legible version of this on here. I just want to take you through how I did it. So like once I had my whole first week, whole first week planned out, I made notes up here. This is my grocery list, very messy, that's okay. And then I made notes. This is something I've started adding in recent history, things that I want to prep, like once I get back from the grocery store. So I wanted to prep jicama home fries. I wanted to dice onions and put them in the freezer so I'd have them ready to use throughout the whole week. And I wanted to assemble everything that I needed for my oven roasted fajitas. And then I had little notes over here about what to make. I need to make chicken, ground beef, and pork tenderloin. So those are just some ideas for you. I can definitely speak from experience that it is so useful, and it's just such a relief to have things done before the week even starts. Don't forget that you need to eat the day that you're prepping as well, though. I sometimes, like I prep on Saturdays or Sundays, and I sometimes forget, like, oh yeah, I still need to eat today. I still need to figure out today. So some people like to prep like on a day off or on the weekends. Other people like to prep kind of as they go throughout the week, like before dinner or after dinner, they'll prep for the next day. So you do what works for you. Kind of the template that works best for me is I know that every morning I'm going to have my Shakeology. And I have my Shakeology, like, let's see if I can show you inside this cabinet without blinding you with the light and without dropping anything. That'll be amazing. Hi, yes, we can see it. So I have my Shakeology in the cabinet, ready to go. Chocolate and vanilla, and there's a little strawberry back there. I've got my shaker cups ready to go, or whatever cup you're going to use. Today's is in the dishwasher already. And I have my calendars. I have definitely found the recipe that I love, that I have 90% of the time. But have your recipe calendar nearby, especially if you are trying Shakeology for the first time, so that you know how to put it together. What else? Food Friday, plan your menu. Oh, and make your grocery list. So for today, please comment below with what's your menu for the week and your grocery list. If you write that down, paper pencil, like I do, super duper, take a picture of it and post that. I know that Debbie, a friend and now a coach who's been in some challenge groups, she is so clever. She knows how to use Pinterest. So does my sister-in-law, Andrea. So take tips from them. Andrea will, like, instead of reading cookbooks like I do, she will peruse her Pinterest boards to get healthy food ideas, because she knows that she's been a lot of healthy food ideas. I also peruse a bunch of websites as well. By the way, this author has a website. It's called theclothesmakethegirl.com. Theclothesmakethegirl.com. And she has an awesome search tool. Just search for whatever you want. Oven fried salmon cakes are amazing, FYI. So anyway, back to Debbie. Sidebar. Debbie pins her menu each week in Pinterest. So like she'll name it menu for the week of March 1st or whatever, like March 1st's menu. So whatever week it is, she has that in there, which is just genius. Sorry, and I'm going back to earlier. I have a lot of sidebars. You guys know this about me by now, I think. So I was giving you earlier kind of my template for the day. Breakfast is always Shakeology. Lunch is always leftovers from whatever dinner was last night. I have to acknowledge that Trillian is trying to photobomb. This is our kitty cat, Trillian, one of our kitty cats. She's the younger one, who's a bit more spry than Jersey, who's been asleep on the kitchen floor this whole time. Anyway, back to food template. Breakfast, Shakeology. Lunch, leftovers from whatever dinner was last night. Dinner is always protein and a veg or two. Since incorporating 21 Day Fix Extreme, it might be double protein, not necessarily two different sources of protein, although you could, but just I double up that serving because I've had to kick my protein consumption up. Snacks are usually fruit and nuts, veggies and hummus, but if you eat dairy, you can incorporate cheese or yogurt in there. That's just kind of my basic outline. Like, please don't think that I'm cooking 3 times a day. I do not cook 3 times a day. I make Shakeology, I make dinner, and I package leftovers for lunch. Snacks are definitely something that I prep over the weekend. Let me show you. So I knew that I would be having veggies as a snack. So I've chopped up peppers and radishes. So this is 3 days worth of snacks. And some hard-boiled eggs. And I have some apples. There they are. I had one last night, so there's only one left. So this is apple and peanut butter. Can you see the peanut butter there? Maybe. So yeah, so spend your time prepping. And I don't mind that apples get a little brown. I don't care. If you care about that, just dip them in some lemon juice or lime juice or Sprite, anything acidic. It will keep it from browning. I think I've talked way too much. I've had way too many sidebars. So for Food Friday, please post below what your menu is for the week and what your grocery list is for the week. Thanks, challengers.